All right, so this particular file now is the 0306. And what we're going to look at for this is being able to set up nested columns so that you can see how to get kind of sections here that are, if you want to put in little thumbnail images or do, say, a slideshow or something that you have thumbnails linked, or you just want to do thumbnails. And you don't want it to span. Right now we have this first one spanning this entire column, or 8 columns in here. And so what I'm going to do is have us put some little thumbnails over here that we'll go ahead and insert. But what we want to do is insert them into their own little rows. So we're going to add in an actual row, and then inside of that row, go ahead in and add different images within that row. So to do that, this is going to be left caret, and then div space class equals, and then in quotes, row. Oops. Row. This is my brain there not quite working right. Okay, the next part of this, so then we have a row that we've added here. Now what we're going to do is go in and add a whole bunch of divs. We'll do, say, 6 that we're going to fit in here that's going to contain an image. So for that, we'll type in, and then I'm just going to go ahead, once I have this typed in the first time around, then I'll go ahead and copy and paste that 6 times. So it's going to be left caret div class equals, then it's going to be a column of 4. I wish I were in class so that you guys could go, I typed this wrong, rather than I type it and then I look up and I see that I typed it wrong. But anyway, column hyphen small hyphen 4. And then we're going to put an image inside of that. So left caret, and then it's going to be image. The quote needs to be here. Sorry, everybody. I don't need a quote here. So you need to correct me on that. Unfortunately, you aren't here. Okay, so image, img, and then our source space, src, and that equals, and it's going to go in quote images / images period png, that's the name of the image, quote. Our alt tag, that's for people with disabilities, equals, and we'll just say sample image, quote, right caret, and then close the div tag. All right. This is image. That's my error. Okay, there we go. So sorry about that. I was looking up there because I knew I should have my little gray box in there. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to copy this over. And we're going to put in 3 more total. So it's going to be, just hit a return. I'm copying and pasting 3 more. We're actually going to end up with 6 eventually. But here is, I wanted to start with just kind of the 4. So you could see kind of this, I'm going to indent these just so it makes more sense. All right, so I just wanted to show you this because right now what we have is by putting in these images, it's got this class of the column small 4. So all these are going to be kind of connected. We don't have any spacing here. Now there's another class that we can put in here to add the spacing, which we'll do in a second. But I just wanted to show you that this is what it looks like. If we don't want any spacing at all in the rows, then what you can do is add another class here under the row of no gutters. So I'm going to put that in here. I'm going up to my div, class equals row, and I'm going to put in here no gutters so you can see what that looks like. So it's a space, no hyphen gutters. And now when you click down here, you'll see that they're all bunched together. The gutters are that 15 pixels, the default of that that goes around each one of those images. And that's why we had that in there. If you don't want that spacing in there, the no gutters is how you go in and you get rid of that spacing around those images. But let's say we want to make these thumbnails. So I'm going to go in and actually add 2 more of these, and then we'll go ahead in and show you how to do kind of the thumbnail thing. So I'm going to copy and paste 2 more in here. So I have 6 images total. Can't really see them. You can see if you click inside here, but you can't really see them. They're here, but because of that no gutters, we don't have any spacing. All right, how we get the spacing around here though is a class of image hyphen thumbnail. So we need to tell it that these are going to be thumbnails, and that's kind of the way we want to look. We want it to look. So we want to put that class on the image itself. So I'm going to click on here after my image, after my IMG, holding down my command key again to make sure that I have all these selected at the same time. And then I'm going to put that image thumbnail class on it. So it's going to be class equals, and then IMG hyphen thumbnail. And thumbnail, image thumbnail, of course, is in quotes. So sorry about that. Whoops. Put that in there. Quote. And then we'll just scroll over here. Quote. All right. So now you have little thumbnails. That's the way that looks. Now, there are all sorts of things you can do with it. You can go in and say, if you want another class of column in here, so you want it to be 2 columns. So at the small break points, maybe it's, 2 columns, or at the large point, it's something else. So you can do that. But what I'm showing you here is how to nest different rows inside of different sections, inside of different columns. So we have these columns here. This is a column small 8, and this one is a column small 4, but we're nesting by using the row, div class equals row. Then we can go in and nest a whole bunch of other columns inside of that other row, that other existing row. So again, you have to kind of think this through, about how this is set up. Take a look at it, think it through, so that you can figure out, for yours, how you want that to, how you want yours to function. So anyway, we can reorder this too, but we'll do that in the next video. I'm going to add one more thing here. I'll just give this another class of column 2 in this span here. So I'm going to go in here in these, I don't mean span, but in this particular rows that we have here. So I'm going to go in here and just add another column in here of 2, so that you can kind of see how, again, all of these kind of can work together to get you the layout that you're actually going for. So now what that did is when we reach this, the different break points here, that this then will, you know, fold in and give you, as you get down here, then it goes in and it folds in and it gives you this 2 columns. So at that break point, it's giving you the 2 columns, and this looks much nicer than, you know, you would have to do that for each one of these because that's way too small. And that would need to jump down and give you that look there. You could also go up and add that, you know, up in here to the rows and stuff. But again, it's all how you want it to look, what you want to do with it. All right. We'll look at ordering columns next, so that'll be in the next video.